This game centers around collecting dice and upgrading them to defeat bugs and other enemies in an increasingly difficult dungeon. Here's a quick field guide of every dice type, mod, and upgrade in Die in the Dungeon Origins. Please consider subscribing, as I will be posting more guides for the community in the future. I'll start with the 4 basic types of dice: attack, block, boost, and heal. These are the dice that are in your initial starting hand and are covered in depth in the first in-game tutorial. Attack dice are red and deal damage to enemies when played on the board. Their initial basic level will roll a 1 or a 2. Block dice are blue and will generate defense when they are played on the board. They will also initially roll a 1 or 2. Keep in mind that leftover defense will be removed when you start your next turn. Boost dice are used to increase the power of your other dice. They target the other spaces on the board with their own value. So a boost die that rolls 2 will target dice 2 spaces away with a +2 boost. A boost die that rolls 4 will target dice 4 spaces away with a +4 boost, and so on. The basic boost dice can roll a 1, 2, or 3. Heal dice are green and increase your health. The basic die can roll a 1, 2, or 3. The one you start with is modified with glass. I'll cover mods in a bit. You can upgrade and improve your dice so that they roll higher numbers. This upgrade process is signified with the following tiers: basic, silver, and gold. Basic dice are the non-upgraded versions of your dice. The hand you start with and most early dice that you draft will be basic dice. They typically roll low numbers like 1, 2, or 3. Silver dice are the next tier up. When you choose a silver upgrade award, you can upgrade 2 of your basic dice to silver tier. These roll mid-level numbers like 2, 3, or 4. Gold is the highest tier of dice. A gold level upgrade allows you to take 1 silver die to gold. There are some dice with multiple gold tier upgrades. In this case, upgrading an additional tier will increase the faces on the die but will remain gold tier. There are other types of dice that can be used to further boost your attack, heal, and defense. The mirror, terrain, and prism dice are considered very rare and play a part in the collector event. Mirror dice reflect the die that they target. These are the silver or gray colored dice, and typically these dice roll a 6, but can also roll a 5 or even be empty. As an example, a mirror die that rolls a 6 will target and copy the die 6 spaces away. If it is an attack die of 2, the mirror die will deal an additional 2 attack for a total on the board of 4 attack. If an attack die of 3 is boosted by 3, the mirror die will copy that total of 6 damage. However, the mirror die will be additionally boosted by that 3, meaning the mirror die does 9 damage, all by itself. Terrain dice are a tan or brown color, and boost the tile they are placed on by their own value. So if you play a terrain die that rolls 4, the next turn any dice placed on that spot will be boosted by 4. However, terrain dice are not boosted by terrain spots. If you again place a terrain die that rolls 4 on that spot, it will only boost that space an additional +4. The terrain boost value decrements by 1 each turn. So in our scenario, the next turn would have a +7 boost on the terrained tile. The purple boost dice are not affected by terrain boosts. So if you place a +2 die on that terrain space, it will not change the +2 boost it gives to tiles 2 spaces away. Prism dice are a teal color and are much more tricky, like a mix of boost and mirror dice. They mirror the value of the dice they target with an additional boost of their own value. For example, if you place a prism 2 on a space targeted by a boost 2, the prism die adds an additional boost of 4, which is the boost 2 plus the prism value of 2, on the tiles 2 spaces away. If the prism is placed so that it targets the same spaces as the boost is targeting, the boost adds up, meaning those spaces that are 2 away from the boost and the prism get +6. Prism dice are also affected by terrain boosts, so if you place a prism die with a roll of 4 on a tile with a terrain boost of 9, the tiles 4 spaces away will get a +13 boost. Prism dice in conjunction with the bullseye relic are a means of achieving exponential damage, as you can use prism to reflect terrain boost back and forth with the bullseye relic doubling damage each time. Mirror dice can also target prism dice. In this case, all of the spaces that the prism targets will be mirrored together. As an example, If the prism die is targeting both an attack and heal, the mirror that targets the prism die will have the value of both that boosted attack and heal dice. The various dice types can also be modified with different properties to change their behavior. You can pick up new dice that already have one or more modifiers, or add a mod to a specific die in your deck for a floor reward. The Grow property adds a value of 1 to your die each time you play it. The die will increase +1 every time it is played. Glass dice are exiled when they are played. A die with the glass property can only be played once rather than returning to your bag and being re-rolled. You can use this to your advantage to manage large decks to streamline your hand throughout the floor. There are a few relic interactions with glass. Unpolished shards increases the value of dice with the glass property, and evergreen sap will negate the exile function of glass, provided you still have energy points when you play it. Heavy dice stay on the board after they are played for as many turns as their value. Each turn, their value decrements by 1. There is a relic called Forge Hammer that negates the loss in value, provided you have energy points remaining when your turn is ended. Hollow is a property that negates the energy cost of placing a die, which can allow you to play more dice per turn. This is a good mod for almost any dice type with few downsides. There are a few relics like Bucket of Paint or Snake Eyes that give a similar effect to allow you to play more than 3 dice without using extra energy. Flash is one of the most powerful mods for your dice. It allows your dice to be played immediately before ending your turn. This is valuable in preemptively defeating certain enemies like the Banshee. You can use Flash to your advantage in several ways. First, by targeting one enemy with the Flash dice and then changing your target to a second enemy before ending your turn. This will allow you to defeat 2 enemies in one turn. Second, you can place Boost dice down and boost a Flash attack. After the Flash attack has been played, you can pull the Boost dice back in your hand with no extra energy penalty. Terrain is very powerful with this combination, as you can play a Flash Terrain dice and then boost an attack, heal, or block that same turn rather than waiting for your turn to end. Mark of the Chosen One is a relic that combines really well with Flash, as it will triple the base value of a Flash dice when it is the only space occupied on the board. Additionally, there are certain dice that are named. These names are cosmetic but signify a legendary gold tier die. Overkill is typically a gold heavy attack die. Lucky One is now a heavy prism die. In the previous game it was a block die. Miracle is a gold heal die without the glass modifier. The Holy One is a gold tier attack die that will only roll 6. The Poop is a basic attack die that only rolls 1. However, it can upgrade straight to gold tier and becomes an overkill die at that point, a heavy attack dice. If this guide has been helpful, please comment below with what guide you would like to see next.